Hello, everyone. Welcome to me reading a book called Cultivate Happiness Master Life, written by Chen Duan and Mi Hung. Today, we're going to read chapter 1 of the book Cultivate Happiness Master Life. Let's start. Seeing the rays of sunshine on the sea, listening to the murmuring waves blending with the frothing of children, I know I'm breathing, existing in this life. I feel very fortunate to be on the simple journey of formulating happiness. I cherish and appreciate everything I have had, have now, and will have. I am grateful for the blessings received each day, grateful for the lessons and experiences that allow me to have today's life. Inner peace, compassion, and gratitude have helped me live a simpler, more cheerful, more trusting, and lighter life. To welcome the good in people and life. The wise man informed and energized me, helped me materialize intangible things, and named and clarified concepts that seem invisible but are now visible in my awareness. Now I feel happiness is simple to obtain. I remember my journey to find my own happiness formula. Chapter 1. What is happiness? Simplify all problems that arise in life. The girl. I'm always wondering and worried about why I feel happiness is so simple, but most people I know think it's complicated. Can you explain this to me? The wise man. How do you feel about your life? The girl. I'm very satisfied with my present life. The wise man. Congratulations, because you are one of the fortunate women who have accidentally found the formula for happiness. The girl. Happiness as a formula? I thought I was just a lucky woman because I observed that not everyone around me had the same luck as me. I feel my life is full of miracles. The wise man. Do you feel this life is very simple? The girl. Yes, sir. The wise man. This life is not simple. You have simplified your life. Because human problems ultimately come down to inner problems, health problems, relationship problems, and financial problems. You have unknowingly mastered them. By fate, you have mastered your own life. But you don't know it. Do you always appreciate and offer gratitude for everything in this life? The girl. Yes. Every morning when I wake up, I'm grateful for this life. I feel very lucky to be alive and enjoy the good things every day. I feel very fulfilled with a healthy body, a happy family, and being loved and helped by others. The wise man. In the language of your inner mind, you have respected your own presence. You have unknowingly simplified life. Is everything not a problem for you? The girl. I don't think everything is not a problem, but I usually simplify everything. For example, I will calmly turn big problems into small ones, and small ones into nothing. The wise man. In life, if you deeply understand the picture below, you will be able to help people simplify any problems that arise in their life. For example, in a house, the foundation below is the inner mind, followed by the two pillars of health and relationships. The roof is finances. People usually do not turn to the inner mind first, but often choose to start life by focusing on finances. This is like building a house without starting from the foundation. It is very difficult to have a solid foundation for happiness. Fortunately, a wise man pointed out to me that the four aspects above are closely related and cannot be separated. Do you see that the inner mind will affect health, relationships, and finances? The girl. Yes, sir. The wise man. Similarly, health also greatly affects our inner state of mind, influencing social relationships and personal finances. Do you feel that? The girl. Yes, sir. The wise man. A person's social relationships with others have a huge impact on their inner mind, affect their health, and especially determine their finances. The girl, yes, that's right. The wise man, when a person's life is financially sufficient, it affects their inner mind, provides the means to take care of their health, and allows them to easily nurture relationships and care for others around them. The girl, very good, sir. The wise man, do you think you've done well with the above relationships? The girl, before I didn't know how to articulate this, but listening to you explain makes me feel that I've done this well in my own life. The wise man, a person who wants a fully happy life must first simplify any problems that arise in their life. When you thoroughly understand the relationships between the four aspects above, you can master your life. You already have the reality of happiness. I just need to name it, clarify it for you, and simultaneously transfer the concepts that the wise man pointed out to me. Then you will grasp the formula of happiness. And by fate, you will know how to spread it and help others. The girl, yes, sir, but I still don't know where to start. The wise man, first, allow me to clarify why you are fortunate to have happiness in reality before you think about helping people. The girl, yes, sir. The wise man, the more we try to solve problems, the more new problems tend to arise. You want to help people, and that's good. But you need to fully understand and grasp how to effectively help people. Otherwise, you will get stuck in their problems, which will limit your ability to help others. The girl, yes, sir, please guide me. Principle of light. The wise man, the first concept you need to clarify is the principle of light. Imagine a dark room, and you want the room to be filled with light. If you had to choose between two options to make this happen, one is to try to remove the darkness from the room so that light appears, and the other is to bring light into a room so that darkness fades away. Which option would you choose? The girl, I know that to light up a room, I would bring light in. Trying to remove the darkness from a room, I think it's not feasible. How can darkness be removed for light to appear? The wise man, do you know that in reality we have been doing that? Hoping to solve problems in life is like removing darkness from a room and expecting it to become bright. Do you feel like problems continue without disappearing? The girl, yes, sir. Sometimes in life, I can feel this. The wise man, if you focus on the problem will extend. To clarify this further, let's clarify another concept called duality. In other words, two sides of an issue. The girl, is that the principle of duality? The wise man, correct. Duality is a concept that refers to two opposing aspects within the same thing or matter, such as light and darkness, positive and negative, strengths and weaknesses, existence and absence, gain and loss, good and bad. When you deeply understand this principle, you will accept the existence of two opposing sides within the same thing or matter. In a room, for example, light and darkness always exist. When darkness appears, light will disappear. When light appears, darkness will gradually fade away. What we need to do is bring light into the room so that darkness fades away, so we don't need to make efforts to solve problems. Complaints and gratitudes are similarly opposed. When there is gratitude, complaints will automatically disappear. The girl, thank you, sir. Assuming that human life is like a room, and I want to keep the room bright, how should I bring light in? The wise man, from your perspective, what are you concerned about? The girl, now I'm wondering how to help people have a happy life by mastering the four aspects of the inner mind: health, relationships, and finances that you mentioned above. The wise man, to do that, you need to be able to isolate the inner mind context. The first thing you need to do thoroughly understand is the principle of asking, questioning, enlightenment, understanding, transformation. The girl, yes, sir. Please guide me further. Principle of asking, questioning, enlightenment, understanding, transformation. The wise man. For a person to be able to transform their life in a positive direction, by bringing light into their life, they need to have understanding in a positive direction and enlightenment in a positive direction. A wise man pointed out to me that the length of a person's life is not important. What is important is when they awaken. A person only needs to awaken to the important focal points of life. Then, that person will have great transformation. Questioning is the key. The girl, questioning? The wise man. A person's questioning will have two tendencies. One is positive questioning. Questioning in line with what they want. The other is negative questioning. The girl, questioning against what they want. The girl, can you explain more deeply? The wise man. First, you need to understand what is positive and what is negative. The girl, I'm listening, sir. The wise man. Now, let me give you an example of a girl who receives information from images or videos that her boyfriend has with a romantic relationship with someone else. If you were that girl in this case, would the information be positive or negative? Of course, without discussing who that person is and what kind of relationship. The girl. I always want a long-term relationship with the other person and aim for a happy marriage. So I think if I received the news, I would be unhappy, and this would be very negative information for me. The wise man. Taking your desires as the perspective. Positive here is understood as things going along the direction you want, and negative is understood as against the direction you want. In this case, your desire is to pursue a lasting and long-term relationship. So when the information received has the potential to affect what you want, from the above perspective, this is negative. On the other hand, for someone who cannot find a reason to break up in this relationship, the information brought to that person may be positive information that justifies ending the relationship. The girl. I see. The wise man. To make it clearer, let me give you another example. When children are watching TV, parents often tend to say, sitting too close to the TV will cause nearsightedness. According to you, does this statement align with or oppose what parents want? The girl. I want my children to have good eyesight and watch TV from afar. So this statement opposes what I want as a parent, and I feel this is a negative statement. The wise man. Say it positively and simply in this situation. You just need to say, child, watch from afar for good eyesight. So you have distinguished what is negative and what is positive? The girl. Yes, sir. Thank you. The wise man. According to you, what is questioning? The girl. Questioning refers to the thought and worries that have been going on for a long time without answer, sir. The wise man. Correct. So what do you think positive questioning is? The girl. Positive questioning refers to unanswered long-standing thoughts and worries that align with one's desire, sir. The wise man. Correct. Or in other words, positive questioning is questioning in the direction of finding solutions. While negative questioning is questioning in the direction of the problem, further digging into the problem without finding solutions. Can you give me a current question you have about marriage? The girl. I wondering how people can have a happy marriage. The wise man. Congratulations, this is questioning in a positive direction. However, many people often question how they can prevent spouses from fighting with each other. This is negative questioning, focusing on problems rather than solutions. The girl. Yes, sir. Positive questioning is very important for the enlightenment, understanding, and transformation of a person. The wise man. Yes, let me tell you a story. There was a young man who went looking for a wishing tree. One day, He came to a big old tree in the forest and decided to sit under the tree to rest for a bit before continuing his journey. The young man didn't know that this was the wishing tree that could make any wishes and thoughts of a person come true. Feeling hungry, he wished he had some delicious food. As soon as he thought of the tasty dishes, they appeared right in front of him. The young man was very surprised. Being hungry, he decided to eat right away until he was full and extremely happy. After that, he thought, I wish I had something to drink. As soon as he thought of the drinks, they appeared before him. Having eaten and drunk to his heart's content, the young man wondered, this place is so strange. Whatever I think of, it appears. What if it's the land of a monster and it feeds me well so it can eat me later? As soon as he finished the thought, the monster immediately appeared and ate the young man. The girl. It is really about thoughts. The wise man. This is a very good story about the importance of thoughts affecting a person's life. Doubts are uncertainties that linger for a long time, so doubts will affect a person's life much more than a fleeting thought. The girl. Thank you for helping me understand more deeply that positive thoughts lead to positive transformations. This reminds me of a lesson from a wise teacher. He said our minds are extremely fragile, even weaker than a 3-year-old child. Because when a 3-year-old child is attacked, they will fight back. But when we complain and say negative things, the mind stays silent and endures it all. We cannot treat such a defenseless mind this way. The teacher advised that we must protect this mind by removing negative thoughts and emotions that harm us. Let the mind be protected, loved, and nourished by positive thoughts and emotions. The wise man. Very good. When you have positive questioning, you will attain enlightenment, understanding, and positive transformation. The girl. I'm questioning what happiness is. How can people easily attain the reality of happiness? The triangle of the reality of happiness. The wise man. For a person to attain happiness, they need to grasp the concept of the triangle of the reality of happiness. The wise man. Before I assist you in understanding the triangle of happiness, we need to unravel a doubt. What determines the reality of a person's life? The girl. Yes, teacher. The wise man. Do you see that gold is different from lead? The girl. Of course. They're completely different. The wise man. Let's just say the physical manifestation of lead is different from the physical manifestation of gold. The girl. Yes. The wise man. What do you think causes the difference? The girl. I know the molecular structure at gold is different from lead. This is the crux of the difference. The wise man. Due to the different inner information structures, gold and lead each contain different energy sources. These different essence result in a different physical manifestation of gold and lead. The girl. Yes. The wise man. Scientists have proven all things in this world have different information structures, and thus contain different energy sources and have different physical manifestations. It is the same for us humans. For example, the physical manifestation of a successful person is different from a failure. A strong person is different from a weak person, and a happy person is different from a suffering person. The girl. Yes, meaning the different physical manifestation of each person is due to them containing different energies and information inside, right? The wise man. Correct. The girl. I see. So a person's life reality can change, right? The wise man. In your opinion, can lead be turned into gold? The girl. Is that possible? The wise man. Yes, it is possible. Scientists know how to transform the inner information of structure of lead to become similar to gold. This transformation impacts the inner energy source change of lead, which turns the outer physical manifestation of lead into gold. Science has proven that all things can transform into each other if the inner information structure is changed. Can you imagine a successful person and a failure? Essentially, inside, they contain different energies and information. It is the same with a strong person and a weak person, a suffering person and a happy person, and a rich person and a poor person. Inside, they contain different types of energy and information. Girl, I understand now. If someone wants to change their life and to become wealthy and happy, they must contain the information of a wealthy and happy person. At the same time, their energy must be the energy of a wealthy and happy person. Then externally, they will become a wealthy and happy person. The wise man. Correct. You can simply understand the life reality of a person is determined by what they know, believe, and understand. To know corresponds to the information they contain inside. To believe corresponds to the energy source, and to understand corresponds to the external physical manifestation. Similarly, a person's reality of happiness is also determined by how they know, believe, and understand happiness. The wise man. I will assist you in deeply comprehending the simple and wise triangle of the reality of happiness. Can you coordinate with me? The girl. Yes, teacher. The wise man. In your personal view, what is happiness? The girl. I feel that happiness is when I'm content, know how to live in the present and enjoy the wonderful moments in life, and always treasure and appreciate everything I receive in life. The wise man. Do you feel satisfied with your current life? The girl. Yes, I do. The wise man. As a wise man pointed out to me, the information of happiness is the state of the inner satisfaction. The energy of happiness is gratitude, compassion, and inner peace. The material manifestation of happiness is the fifth magnitude of life, meaning a successful life, a harmonious and happy family, a good health. We will gradually explore and clarify the details of the triangle of the reality of happiness. Information of happiness. The wise man. First, let's learn about the information of happiness, or the concept of happiness. In your opinion, what is happiness? The girl. Yes, teacher. In my opinion, happiness is a kind of emotion. When you're happy, you will feel very excited and touched. The wise man. In the language of the mind, happiness is a state of inner satisfaction. Isn't it true that when you're satisfied with everything you have, you will be happy? The girl. Yes, teacher. Now I understand why happiness is so simple to me. It is because I'm always satisfied with everything I have. The wise man. Happiness is very simple. Happiness lies within you. The simpler, more joyful, and lighter it is, the happier it will be. Happiness is simple, a state of mind, as satisfaction, inner satisfaction. To help you understand better what satisfaction and the inner self are, I will use the human structure knowledge of Buddhism to explain to you. As a human being, the knowledge worth understanding and knowing is the structure of man. Understanding the human structure. The wise man. Before clarifying the concepts of satisfaction and inner self, I have a story I want to tell you. Due to the conflicts between human and demons, before hiding for humans ever, the demons plan revenge by hiding the most precious thing known to human, the genuine truth. Without it, humans will only cling to things that are not true, losing forever the joy and happiness in themselves. A demon said, "Let's hide it in the deep sea." Another demon objected, "No, humans are very creative. They will create modern diving ships that go deep into the sea, and they will find it." Another demon said, "Then let's hide it in the highest mountaintop." Another demon objected, "Humans can still get there." Another demon said, "Then let's hide it deep inside the forest." Another demon objected, "Then humans will still find it." After thinking for a while, the leading demon said, "There's a place we can hide where most humans will not find it, deep inside themselves. Only when humans will stop looking for happiness and joy outside and return to themselves, they can expect to have it." All the demons agreed, so they took away the genuine truth from mankind and hid it right inside of them. The girl. The story is very interesting, but what is the genuine truth, and why does it losing it mean humans cannot find joy and happiness? The wise man. As the wise man points out, the genuine truth is that which does not change over space and time. In your opinion, does the house you live in change over time? And does this body change according to space and time? The girl. Yes, they do. The wise man. Many Buddhists call this body ephemeral. Then in your opinion, does love change according to space and time? The girl. Yes, it does. The wise man. So never dream of true love because love has no genuine truth. But there is a kind of internal love, which is compassion. I will make it clear for you later. Do you think there's genuine truth in man? The girl. Yes, I think so. The wise man. Humans find it difficult to have a happy life because everything we cling to is impermanent and constantly changing. For example, we cling to the goal of owning a house. After getting the house, we change our goal and cling to marriage, raising children, career, work. Almost all the things we cling to are things that change. First, I will share with you the human structure, which we will explore in the most profound way to know are the things inside us so that we can find the truth in ourselves. Taking the truth in ourselves is foundation. We will be at peace and master our lives. The girl. Yes, teacher. The wise man. This is a knowledge that may lie in with what you yourself do not know and know about it. So help me. When you hear about this knowledge, do not judge. Just listen. I will explain as slowly as possible until you understand the human structure. The girl. Yes, teacher. The wise man. Thank you. Now we will begin to explore and understand ourselves. We will name the human structure using 3 perspectives: science, conventional wisdom, and Buddhism. According to Buddhism, deep within man is Buddha's nature. In convention and language is called the heart. If using technical language, this is the genuine truth in oneself. The genuine truth consists of the will to hear, the will to see, the will to speak, and the will to know, and is enveloped by a radiant aura. Next are the 16 human natures: admission, imagination, action, conscience, prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, resting, greed, anger, delusion, arrogance, skepticism, evil, and bias. The complexity of the 16 human natures, which greed and imagination are the focus, will form the nature of man, also known as the personality or ego. Surrounding the human nature shell is the inner yin and yang electromagnetic layer. Next are the 84,000 bubbles of illusion, commonly known as the layer of emotion or human emotions. On the outside is the 4-element body, which includes earth, water, air, and fire. Surrounding the 4 elements body is the outer yin and yang electromagnetic layers. The girl. So now I want to get the genuine truth for myself. What should I do? The wise man. There's a story about the conversation between Buddha and King Bimbisara, excerpted from the Surangama Sutra as follows. The Buddha and King Bimbisara were sitting in the house, waiting for the boat to cross the Ganges. King Bimbisara asked the Buddha, Teacher Gautama, how do I know if I have the genuine truth? The Buddha then asked King Bimbisara, King Bimbisara, how old are you this year? King Bimbisara replied, I am 62 years old this year. The Buddha asked, have you crossed the Ganges River before? King Bimbisara replied, when I was 3 years old, my mother took me across the Ganges River to the Tavatisma Heaven Temple. I saw the Ganges River. The Buddha asked King Bimbisara, so this year you're 62 years old. Do you see any difference in the water of the Ganges River compared to when you're only 3 years old? King Bimbisara replied, from when I was 3 years old until now, I see the Ganges River water is still the same. No different at all. The Buddha said to King Bimbisara, "Is your body at 3 years old and now at 62 years old different?" King Bimbisara replied, "My body is just 3 years old and now at 62 years old is very different." The Buddha asked King Bimbisara, "When you were 3 years old, you saw the Ganges River. Now that you're 62 years old, do you see the Ganges River flow differently?" King Bimbisara replied, "I see the Ganges River flow no differently." The Buddha said to King Bimbisara, "In this world, things that change are not the genuine truth. Things that do not change are the genuine truth. Your body changes, so it's not the genuine truth. But the seeing nature of you that does not change is the genuine truth of seeing nature." King Bimbisara said to the Buddha, "That's right. My seeing nature does not change. It is true nature. Thank you, teacher Gautama, for pointing out my true nature to me." The girl, "Yes, I understand. Regarding the 16 human natures, please explain more to help me." The wise man, "To understand the 16 human natures, first you need to understand the 16 related Sino-Vietnamese terms. I will explain it in simple terms for you to grasp easily. Admission is receiving, taking in. When imagining the past, it is remembering. When imagining the present, it is imagining. When imagining the future, it is contemplating. Actions can be understood as endeavors. Here it means projecting. Conscience means knowing, awareness. Knowledge, prosperity, is understood as money or talent. Beauty is physical beauty or looks. Fame is renown. Eating is consumption. Resting is sleeping. Relaxing. Greed is desire. Anger is ire. Delusion is misconception. Arrogance is superiority. Skepticism is suspicion. Evil is cruelty. Bias is stubbornness. 3 electromagnetic masses are inside us: bad karma, good karma, and radiant karma. Bad karma, also called negative electromagnetic mass, is created by making others suffer and is contained in the human nature shell. When this bad karma mass initiates, one's life will encounter many undesirable things. Good karma, also called positive electromagnetic mass, is accumulated by making others happy and is contained in the true nature's shell. When the good karma mass initiates, one's life has encountered many desirable things. Radiant karma, also called balanced and low electromagnetic mass, is accumulated through helping others that raise their inner awareness and wisdom level and is contained in the true nature shell. When the radiant karma mass initiates, it helps balance one's life and opens wisdom. At the same time, total karma is also stored in the unconscious of man. There's total karmic knowledge, total karmic affinity, and total karmic result in the innumerable lifetimes of a person. In your opinion, do people have a destiny? The girl, yes, they do. Everyone born already has a prearranged destiny. The wise man, the essence of man has no destiny, but we humans have karmic destiny due to the total karma deciding where we are born, who our parents are, and what the results of our life today are like. When people do not think their lives are decided by total karma, many people think their lives are still decided by total karma, but have the right to choose the total karma are desired. Can you imagine choosing your own parents? The girl, no, I can't. The wise man, a person's total karma will determine their connections and life results, and only those life results fit that total karma. Different results will not fit the total karmas accumulated over the many past lives. Different parents, or husbands, or children could not produce your life results today. So total karma predetermined these things. Understanding this, people will stop blaming others because through total karma, we decide to choose this life. The girl, yes, I understand. Thank you. The wise man, To help you reach a deeper understanding, I will share with you the yin and yang fluctuation range of the human nature. Look at this picture. Greed means desire, but we must understand the nature of greed. The negative boundary of the nature of greed is selfishness. Positive boundary of generosity desires is generosity. Anger means ire, but we must understand the nature of anger. The negative boundary of the nature of anger is wrath. The positive boundary of the nature of anger is satisfaction. If delusion is understood as misconception, we must understand delusion as follows. At the negative amplitude of delusion is foolishness. The positive amplitude of delusion is clarity. Arrogance is understood as superiority, but we must understand the nature of arrogance. The negative amplitude of arrogance is inferiority. At the positive amplitude of arrogance is pride. Skepticism is understood as a suspicion, but we must understand the nature of skepticism. At the negative amplitude of skepticism is doubt. At the positive amplitude of skepticism is trust. Evil is understood as brutality, but we must understand the nature of evil. At the negative amplitude of evil is cruelty, but the positive amplitude of evil is benevolence. Bias is understood as prejudice, but we must understand the nature of bias. The negative amplitude of bias is stubbornness. At the positive amplitude of bias is acceptance. The complexity of greed and imagination are the focus of human nature. Different levels of prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting determines a person's character. For example, a person who craves and perceives prosperity in a positive direction can be understood as someone who wants money to help others, and so it can be said that such person is generous with money and possessions. Craving for prosperity in the negative direction is the desire to have money for oneself, and can be said that such person is greedy for money and possessions. A person who craves and perceives beauty in a positive direction simply puts hope and enhances the beauty of others, while those who crave beauty in a negative direction only beautify themselves. A person who craves and perceives fame in a positive direction, simply put, will help others gain fame, while those who crave fame in a negative direction will only pursue how to gain fame for themselves. A person who craves and perceives eating in a positive direction, simply put, has a desire to provide delicious food to others, while those who crave food in a negative direction will only pursue how to delicious food for themselves. A person who craves and perceives resting in a positive direction, simply put, has a desire to help others rest well, while those who crave in a negative direction will only pursue how to get good rest for themselves. The girl, it seems that craving for prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting in a negative direction makes it easy to become selfish, only thinking for oneself, right? The wise man. In fact, it is best to achieve balance, because too much positive can turn negative, and too much negative can also turn positive. The girl, please guide me more. The wise man. For example, someone with a craving nature for prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting in a positive direction will always be generous in helping others. If not careful, they will become arrogant. One day, when craving and perception of prosperity, beauty, fame, and eating and resting for themselves are not as they wish, they will become resentful and may no longer be generous to others, only thinking of themselves. On the other hand, when craving and perceiving prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting in a negative direction, they only want to get many things for themselves. At some point, they will realize that only when they are truly generous with others, they will be able to obtain their desires. The girl, I understand human nature, so how can I understand human nature and still have a state of satisfaction? The wise man, greed and imagination are the focus of human nature. However, you need to be clear about your own desires. When you know your desires and satisfy those desires, or in other words, satisfy your craving and perception for what you desire, the state of inner satisfaction will appear. This is happiness that arises from pleasure, also known as momentary happiness. In addition, the state of inner satisfaction is also built when we proactively stop craving and perceiving what we desire. This is the happiness that serenity brings. Girl, can you give me examples to help me understand better? The wise man. First, I will help you distinguish the concepts of satisfaction from pleasure. If I give you a gift, what gift would you like? The girl. Wow, I'm so surprised with the question. I haven't thought of my gift yet. The wise man. Do you need a nice house? Yes, my dream is to own a villa. The wise man. So your true craving and perception is for a villa. The girl. Yes. The wise man. Allow me to clarify that craving and perception of yours. How big of a villa do you want? Where? What special things do you need in the villa? The girl. I want it to be 500 square meters in the square city center, with 5 bedrooms, a reading room, gym, meditation room, and a garden full of roses. Thinking about caring for the roses every morning, watching the dewdrops on the flowers, I feel overwhelmed with happiness. The wise man. How would you feel if you owned that villa next year? The girl. Oh, that would make me so happy. The wise man. Why would you feel happy? The girl. Because my dream came true. It is because deep down, my inner self has satisfied prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting. The wise man. That's right. It's because your inner self has satisfied the cravings and perceptions. Satisfying the cravings and perception for prosperity, beauty, fame, eating, and resting is the feeling of inner satisfaction from pleasure. After owning the villa of your dreams, how long do you think you will be happy? The girl. Probably half a year. The wise man. What dreams will you pursue after that? The girl. I will contribute to society and help many other people have a better life. The wise man. Throughout their lives, people usually pursue feelings of inner satisfaction through pleasure. You want to help people also satisfy happiness for themselves. If you do not complete serenity and happiness at the moment, you will not have the state of, even if you later own the villa of your dreams. So you need to know when to stop craving and perception in order to expect complete serenity and happiness. The girl. Can you clarify that for me? The wise man. When people stop craving and perceiving, the natures of greed, anger, delusion, arrogance, skepticism, evil, and bias will not arise, but satisfaction will arise. The following example will make it clear. Your husband comes home late from drinking, and you start imagining this and that. Women especially tend to think of their husband having someone else. Then your craving arises. You want your husband only for yourself. You want to possess and control, not to share it with others. At this point, your craving and perception strongly arises. So when your husband walks in the door without saying anything, your anger starts to flare up, and a fiery fight ensues between you two. But when your craving and perception stops, meaning you know your husband is out drinking late, you don't think, don't crave, don't perceive. At that time, your mind will not be chaotic, and the state of satisfaction will arise. The girl. It's so simple to find happiness. As you shared, does living in the present moment mean stop craving and perceiving? The wise man. That's right. Live fully in the present moment. The girl. Yes, I understand why I'm happy. Whenever my mind wavers or human nature arises, I return to the present moment. By coming back to my breath, focusing on my breath, everything becomes normal. No cravings, no perceiving, no clinging to the past or future. Simply knowing that I'm breathing, that I exist, allow me to live fully in the present moment. Let me share some verses about breathing that I've learned. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing. Breathing out, I know I'm alive. Breathing in, I see the blue sky. Breathing out, I feel calm. Breathing in, I feel joy. Breathing out, I love everyone. Breathing in, I feel happy. Breathing out, I spread happiness to everyone. Breathing in, I know I'm alive. Breathing out, I'm grateful for everything. Breathing in, I know I'm alive. Breathing out, I smile brightly. The wise man. Do you apply this often? The girl. Yes, when practicing. I also discovered that it's very easy to control your own thoughts, speech, and actions when living in the present moment. The wise man. Congratulations, that is also one of the memorable methods suitable for you. Certainly, when you live with reality, you will be happy. In addition to always be happy, you need to maintain your source of cherishing, inclusiveness, and serenity. The girl. Please guide me more. The wise man. Before I share further, please take 5 to 10 minutes to write down your learnings, realizations, and insights about the knowledge you have received. This will help you understand more deeply. The girl. Yes, sir. So that's the end of chapter 1. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next time on chapter 2.